You got me. You got me. And you got your barrel too. Hello, everyone. Say hi, Winona. She says hello. Welcome, everyone. Happy Hump Day, happy Wednesday. You're tuned in to the one and only Wildcat Sanctuary here in Sandstone, Minnesota, a forever home for wildcats in need. Miss Winona is just one of our 100 plus residents who call the Wildcat Sanctuary home.
Can you say that again, please?
And after her rehoming in November, Miss Winona has really settled into her wild at life heart here at the sanctuary, and we are just so proud of her. Hey Lori, thanks for joining us. Hey Maria. Beautiful Winona, you're right about that. You can see she's a little out of breath because I had caught her playing with probably her all-time favorite toy in her habitat, and it's that blue barrel in the background. So she was having some fun. I was hoping to get in on a live post, but of course she wanted to come over and chuff and say hello to me, and now it looks like she's taking a moment to unwind, which is totally fine. Hey Sherry, thanks for joining us. Hey Wendy. Wendy says hello to you, Miss Winona, and so does Lois. Hey Lisa, thanks for joining us today. Same to you, Lauren. Hope everybody's been having a good week. It's certainly been a good week here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Definitely summer vibes here. 80-degree weather. Caretakers are hustling and bustling around, making sure that pools are being filled, that we're adding extra water buckets for cats in their habitats, as well as shade cloths for some of our covered habitats. And you know, just like the winter, you guys kind of hear all the different things that we do to prepare for our residents in the winter, and that's kind of the same for summer. There's just as much done to be done in the summer months to care for our cats as there is in the winter months, and those are kind of the things that I just covered. We're adding shade cloths into our habitats, we're adding extra water buckets for our residents, and filling up those pools, just giving them all types of options to stay comfortable during these summer months. Tara Richer says, she's beautiful. You are right about that. Miss Winona is Miss Dash's mom, obviously, and wasn't in the cards for them. Wasn't in the cards for them to live together, unfortunately. Miss Tigress Winona had. Oh, are you rolling around? Had kind of made it clear that she was, unfortunately, at this facility, was just used to breed these cats and was never able to actually be a mother to any of them. And with Winona living with Marcus as well, it just wasn't in the cards. But we sure do have a huge future here planned for Dash, whether it's maybe even living closer to his mother with another cat. Regardless, we're happy that both of them are happy in here and safe at the sanctuary. And I hear the lion singing in the background, so I'm going to pipe down for a second. I think Winona hears them too. We gotta quiet down when the lions sing, Winona, don't we? We gotta quiet down when the lions sing. Sydney's asking, hey, is it true that tigers have white spots on the back of their ears so they look like a wary predator even from the back? That's exactly right. Those marks are actually called flashes. My phone wants to keep on zooming in. Those white spots are actually called flashes, and they're going to kind of act like mock eyes in the wild to prevent them from being crept up on from behind. It's one of the many cool natural adaptations of a tiger. Obviously, they have those stripes, and you can see some amazing pictures of them in the wild and how those stripes truly help them blend into the foliage and their surroundings. It's really spectacular. All of those natural adaptations are truly special. Christina is asking, which lions were that? You know, that sounded like it was the whole gang. I have Leo and Mansa. We're in Wild Woodlands right now, and I have Leo and Mansa just on the other side of Shazam's habitat that neighbors Miss Winona here. And so it sounded like Leo and Mansa, but if my ears heard correctly, I think I heard some roaring starting up over in Pride Prairie, and then Gino as well here in Wild Woodlands. So I think that was the whole band singing that time. Someone is making a proclamation, Chad. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know, lions in the wild, often they will do that kind of caroling or roaring when they enter in a new area to kind of establish their presence and ward off any other male lions in the area. And here at the sanctuary, yeah, we kind of describe it exactly as that is. They're proclaiming something, whether it's they're choosing to pick a new spot to lay in. You'll often see them roaring before they lay down. Maybe it's after their meal. The lions are very vocal after their meals. Maybe it's a way of thanking the caretakers, or hey, sometimes they just want to sing and proclaim that they're having a good day. So it's always fun hearing those lion songs. And you guys can get an idea of just how frequently we hear those lion songs throughout the day when we do these live posts. I feel like it's almost every time we do a live post, we get to hear those lion songs. So that's just a glimpse of how vocal things are at the sanctuary. I'm going to look across the way. I was pointing out earlier, cats will be cats. Winona was having a blast with her barrel there, rolling it around, hugging it, biting it. And it looks like she's decided to take a rest from her hijinks, and that's totally fine. It's a good day to lay out in the sun, isn't it, Miss Winona? I'm going to walk over here quickly. Maybe we can get a glimpse of Miss Mansa on top of her platform before we wrap things up. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying themselves. You're tuned in to the Wildcat Sanctuary. And we're just spending some time with Tigress Winona, one of our rescued residents, and I see another one of our residents, Miss Mansa the lioness, basking on top of her tall platform. And down she goes for a little lay down as well. You can see Miss Mansa up top, and that's Leo sitting on a mound there behind another tall platform to the left. Joanne's asking, where is her fellow? I'm assuming that's Marcus. I'm looking over, and Marcus must be spending time inside. I don't see him outside. I saw both of them out there this morning, but it looks like Marcus is just choosing to spend some time inside. It's kind of the vibe today, is it not? Is sleepy cats. That's oftentimes in the summer months. A lot of the cats just get their meals and have no other obligations for the rest of the day besides taking a big long nap. And I think that's what Leo and Mansa are doing here after they sang their lion song. Yep, catnap weather is right, Wendy. I'll admit, you know, sometimes when you're having one of those tired days at work, coming out and seeing a bunch of lazy cats doesn't make life any easier. Hey Lisa, thanks for joining us. Tanya's asking, do Winona and Marcus have a pool? They have, we're going to be putting in an above ground pool in their habitat. They don't have one of the large in-ground pools, but obviously being tigers, being you know, the biggest swimmers of all of our big cats here at the sanctuary, we are going to give them the opportunity to take a dip if they'd like. So we will be putting one of our above ground pools in their habitat. And speaking of pool season, I've been hearing radio calls all day. They're testing that none of the pipes were affected from our winter, and it sounds like many of the pools are up to snuff and are starting to be filled. So I'm excited to get some splashy big cats for you. I know that Jeremy and Simon's pool is filled. Daisy's pool still needs to be filled. I saw Tonka has some water in his pool, as with Pandora. So it's exciting that we're coming into pool season. Obviously it's summer here, so I'm sure the cats are looking forward to it just as much as we are. Hey Susan, thanks for joining us. James Shelton is asking, how long do they sleep in a day? So lions typically, they'll rest for, and I think this is, for about the same for all big cats. They'll rest for, up to 15 to 20 hours a day. They'll rest or sleep. And that's all for, obviously in the wild, biting every amount of energy to make sure that they're going to be top notch for the next hunt, so they can ensure themselves a meal. So here in the sanctuary, obviously our cats aren't worried about where their next meal is going to come from, since we provide them a well-rounded, nutritious diet every day. But obviously they're still going to take advantage of the expansive habitats that we've given them to sleep and nap the day away. That will be so fun to watch, Amanda. I'm sure you're referring to the to our pools. You're right about that, Amanda. Our pools are always such a hoot to watch the cats splash around in. And Missy Kaufman, that's a parallel I always like pointing out, is just like most of the day for our domestic cats, talking about how they often sleep or nap for a majority of the day. That's exactly right. You look over at your domestic right now, they're either maybe causing a little hijinks or they're napping. Or maybe they're like mine and they're asking you for food. It's a lazy type of day. Oh, wow, look at this. It is a lazy type of day. I have another lazy cat behind me, and I'm going to be respectful of his space since he's a little closer to the habitat wall, but I'm going to zoom in on him. I've already seen an eye crack open to look at me, but that is Mr. Black Leopard Shazam. Are you in your dog glue? That's a leopard in a dog glue. Mr. Shazam, you can see some soft hay spilling out of that thing. This is usually one of his favorite spots to hang out. And I'm just going to be respectful of his space and not to go too close for him, but we'll get a glimpse of this goofball. Are you resituating? Are you getting comfy? Are we seeing all types of lazy cats today? Are we seeing all types of lazy cats? That's Mr. Shazam, one of our black leopards here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We've been getting a good cross-section of a lot of our residents here at the sanctuary, home to lions, tigers, cougars, as well as some smaller residents. We have African servals, bobcats, and then hybrid cats, so savannas and Asian leopard cats, or excuse me, savannas and Bengals. That just is a small glimpse of some of our residents seeing these, but a good glimpse at some of the species that we provide care for. And it kind of is just one thing that's always so important to highlight, is that everything that you see here at the Wildcat Sanctuary is because of your support. As a certified 501c3 nonprofit, we don't receive any help from the federal government or the state. Everything that you see here is generated from people like you, from private donations, and it's just so spectacular to see what you make possible for all of our residents. And it's really something that's never lost on me and never should be lost on you, is how important you are to our residents and how thankful we are to have you guys around. Dee's saying, I have a Shazam t-shirt. Hey Dee, that's awesome. That's awesome. We do have a Shopify store that's attached to our Facebook page, where you can get all types of TWS swag. We have shirts, just like Dee was talking about, with specific residents on them. We also have some awesome just shirts with graphics on them, whether it's a no cub petting graphic with Dash, or just all types of fun graphics. You can get mugs, you name it. It's all in our Shopify store, which is attached to our Facebook page. Well, I am just certainly honored that Mr. Shazam is so comfortable enough that he decided to close his eyes and go back down for another nap. And I think we're going to let him nap in peace without the paparazzi jib-jabbering in the background. But I want to thank everyone for joining us today on this live post. Parker and Olivia have really been doing a great job mending the helm over the past week, and you guys have just been so great accepting them into the sanctuary and following along with them as they do their live posts. So look forward to more live posts from me, from Parker and Olivia, of all of the Wildcat residents that you do so much to support. So thank you everyone for tuning in today, and we'll see you on a live.